Hello, my name is Dakota Wintrode, and for the last 6 months, so July to December, I worked at Vertex Pharmaceuticals as an ID&E co-op in HR, so that really stood for Inclusion, Diversity, and Equity, so I worked in Diversity and Inclusion. It feels so crazy to be filming my third and last reflection video for co-op, but it also is, it's a good thing because I'm graduating this spring. So yes, I was an ID&E co-op and my job was paid. I got paid $23 an hour and I was super happy with that. That was the most I've ever been paid. And I did not design it myself. I found it on the portal. And I spent most of my time working with my manager, Bianca. Our relationship was so unique to me. My pod was, so I fell in the section of human resources that was talent, early career, and diversity and inclusion. So those were the three little pods within our greater team. And my pod was just my manager and I. And so we were in diversity and inclusion, which is such a big part of a pretty big company, but it was one of two people, you know what I mean, working for it. So the majority of my work was spent with my boss. We had working meetings almost every day. We worked together so much, and it really helped me grow because the first project she had put me on was an inclusive communications toolkit for the entire company, and she's having me write about issues of race and gender and topics that are so important, and I'm just looking at myself like, how am I going to write that? I'm just a co-op, but she really always pushed me, always said I could do better, always said, like, we're going to be VPs, like you and me together. Like, it was so great. I've never been coached like that as well as managed. Like, she truly was like, here are keys to success. We're doing your resume. We're doing everything. So she was so awesome. And that is something that surprised me about my co-op, how when I went in the interview process for this one was pretty normal, but I could have stuck with what I did for my last co-op at Biogen. I could have stuck with a very similar co-op. I could have done just learning, which I did at Biogen. And I would have been happy at Alnylam, which was the company that I interviewed for Alnylam and Vertex. And I really thought I was going to go with the Alnylam job. And then I met my manager, and she said, I've worked in education, I've worked in nonprofits, and I've worked in HR, and I'm still in HR. And I'll tell you why, and I'll teach you why on your co-op. And I was so impressed by her. I was like taken aback, and then I was not let down. She was the type of manager to just be like, you want to know my 5 keys to success? And then rattle them off. And it was just awesome. She is awesome. I hope to learn just feeling more autonomous in my position, and I definitely did. And the most difficult or challenging activity I would have to say would be creating a lot of project management, where I would my team would say, like, Dakota, we're doing this project, put this together. And I would be like, okay. And I didn't know how to put together something for project management, how to remind people, how to send emails regarding it. But I just really worked with my manager on how to do those things and build that out. And then now I feel like I'm a pretty good project manager, and I have the confidence to do so. And then any of my previous coursework helped me in this position, definitely. Being involved in human services is definitely everything that helps. When I stepped in this position, I'm happy I knew what calling in was versus calling out. I knew about insider-outsider dynamics. There were certain concepts that I felt educated to come forward with. So that was awesome. And how did my experience help affect you? Well, I was kept on in the spring. And so it affected me in the sense that I have a confidence in diversity and inclusion. And I feel like I can speak like an ID&E practitioner. And I don't shy away from difficult conversations anymore. I feel like my boss first conversation was about our social identities, how ours are different, how it is in relation to the rest of the company. So I just have confidence in this space now, which is typically a space that people shy away from. I'm not going to talk about difficult subjects about race. I'm not going to talk about that. But now I'm like, I can, because I respect your opinion. I know I'm solid in my opinion. And then how did it help decide what I want to do next? I want to stay on in diversity and inclusion, but I know that that's not like a starter position. I'll probably be in a hiring, firing thing in HR or more benefits, and then work up to that. And then lastly, my academic reflection question, I'm choosing to go the inequality route. What ways did my co-op experience help me to have a better understanding of mainly social inequality? My boss confided in me day one that she was a trans woman, and she was the only trans woman at Vertex. And how the oppression Olympics, she never says, oh, my oppression is worse than yours. I'm the only trans woman here. I don't... I shouldn't have to take this on or something like that. She was just like, some days I feel the weight of it. Some days I feel like I'm put on certain projects because of my identity, and let's talk about that. And it really got me thinking about people's identity in the workplace and how much it matters, and how people with privilege like myself, like being a white woman, being able to go to Northeastern, how that really matters in this space. And so yeah, that's how I've gotten a better understanding. And my boss just emailed me, so I have to go because I'm staying on and it's January. So great to end my last video. And Lisa, thank you so much for all of your help. I'll be coming to you with my resume to talk to you, but thank you so much.